Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Wednesday, June 19th, 7:30 a.m., and prices of BTC currently at 9,117. I just wanted to go over a quick couple of rules that it takes to be a successful trader, okay? And I wanted to do this before I get to the analysis because I think a lot of you need to understand and question yourself why you're in this space. Are you here to be a trader where you want to make money, every couple of trades, every couple of days or weeks, however you trade, whether it's, intraday trade, you're a swing trader or you're a long-term investor? You need to figure yourself out, okay? Because if you come into this market, thinking that it's easy to make money, chances are you're going to get cleaned out. Why do I know that? Because this rule has been consistently true and statistically true in the equity markets. It's the 90-90-90 rule, where 90% of traders will lose 90% of their money in less than 90 days. Okay, and I promise you those statistical figures are probably much worse, especially in the crypto market, because in the crypto market, it's a lawless land. All right, exchanges get hacked. Exchanges, do all kinds of manipulative wash trading, fake volume, order book spoofing, all kinds of crazy stuff. That stuff is really not allowed in the stock market, especially in the United States. But in crypto, guys, this is the wild, wild west. Anything happens. All right. So if you truly want to become a successful trader, first things first, you need to establish yourself on some good liquidity and established exchanges. Okay, one specifically that I use is Coinbase Pro. Other ones you can use maybe Bitstamp, Gemini, Kraken. These are all the United States regulated exchanges. Binance is not really regulated, but I know in terms of Bitwise's report, they have pretty decent liquidity and volume. OKX has shit volume and shit liquidity. A lot of these other exchanges that are based in other countries just really don't have great liquidity and clean volume. Okay, so they're basically trapping you into thinking that there's more volume than the charts are showing, or the prices are moving up really high really fast, and that lures investors into thinking that, okay, this is a real move and I'm gonna hop on this 30-40% ride. And then eventually what really happens is you were the person that the sellers were trying to sell into. They were just really trading against their own bots, and you bought in. And these bots realize, okay, someone is now buying into our sell orders. And then they just keep selling and selling into your buying. And then eventually what happens is, before you know it, within the hour or a couple of hours, you're down 20%. Okay, so if this has happened to you, you need to practice these rules right here, and especially start on solid exchanges. Okay, first things first, discipline and patience. All right, I'm not going to go through these bullet points. You can read these on your own. Number 2 rule, capital preservation. This is really the number one rule in trading in terms of if you want to be successful. First, you need to be able to learn to preserve your capital. Rule number 2 is to be able to grow it. Okay, and then second to none is really this risk management and position sizing. If you do not understand how to manage your money properly in each and every trade, how to hedge your bets, how to properly position size, I don't think you should be trading at all, honestly. You're really just gambling your money away, okay? Controlling your emotions, all right? Also one of the most essential rules, okay? Being able to understand when to not FOMO and when to buy the blood, or when to calm down even when prices are down 10, 15, 20%. This is what it takes: emotional clarity and emotional fortitude, okay? Relying on indicators, the last rule. If you have 5-10 indicators in your trading view, guys, please stop. Okay, you're doing yourself a disservice. You don't know what's happening. A lot of these indicators are contradictory to each other, and more often than not, they are lagging indicators. So while price has already made a move, the indicators are now giving you a signal that, oh, okay, now it's time to buy, or this is a good signal to buy. Okay, whether it's momentum indicators, MACD signals, etc. All right, if you do not understand raw price action, you don't know, you've basically missed out on 90% of the game, because that is the game, raw price action right here. Each one of these candles represents each individual buyer, bot, algo, smart money, retailer money, everything. Everything is in the price. You have to understand price before you understand indicators, okay? And I actually teach this in my course right here, cryptosomniac.com. Go to products right here, and it's right there, technical analysis course, all right? Just $10, guys. I put in 8 hours of work and it's only $10. So please do check this out. And I promise it will be useful when you step into our community and you see all kinds of analysis that I do right here, where I explain what's happening in the bull flags, what our targets are, divergences, how to use different confluences, how to use the RSI, how to use Fibonacci tools, horizontal trading, volume profile trading, volume analysis, all kinds of cool stuff. Okay, you can learn it all as you go along in my analysis and the trade setups I put up all the time. Okay. And we'll go through all of this stuff, as the coming weeks go. But for today, let's get to the BTC analysis, and let me show you guys what the Cryptosomniac community is all about, okay? All right, so first things first, let's get to let me start off on a smaller time frame here. Here's the 4-hour chart, and this is the big trading range, guys, that we were, sort of moving in sideways between middle of May all the way essentially till the middle of June for a whole month. This is really the big consolidation that was happening all through this area right here. Okay, so now that we've sort of broken past it and we've broken past these highs right here, right, you can see that price, flagged right here sideways before that resistance right there. And now it is moving on up, coming back to the same area to test it as support, probably, then move on up and away. Okay, so really what's going on is probably a bit of consolidation in this region before the next big expansion all the way up. Okay, and I've stated before that the expansion is probably going to come at the price of all the way to a high of 10K all the way to 11.8, maybe 12,000. Okay, there's going to be a lot of bullish movement in Bitcoin. I'm almost certain of it. Again, not investment advice, but with the way the daily, the weekly, and the monthlies have been moving, it is almost unwise to be trading against the trend. Meaning if you're shorting right now, you are basically making it harder on yourself, and you're basically actually adding fuel to the fire of the bulls. Because remember, when shorts are shorting, right? If people are shorting, that means they're hoping that the price is going to go down. Okay, if the price doesn't go down, what happens? Well, then the price goes, up, right? If price goes up, what happens to the people who are shorting? Well, their positions just got stopped out, and while this is going up, they will buy into spot BTC or long, and they will fuel this up higher and higher, because to cover their shorts, which just got closed out or liquidated at a loss, they have to trade against their position, meaning they have to go long or they have to buy spot BTC. Okay, so that means that they are the ones who are helping propel, this bull run essentially. Okay, always try to be a trend or momentum trader. All right, in the bear market, guys, it was very easy to short. Okay, over here, way easy to short. Over here, not so easy to short. This is a clear and defined uptrend. Okay, I'm not saying that we are in the most bullish market ever. I'm saying this is a very well defined uptrend, and anyone who says otherwise is definitely lying. All right, or they're just delusional. Okay, and you find a lot of those people, delusional people in the markets. They cannot accept the fact that they missed their chance to buy down here. If you were paying attention to what I was saying, dollar cost averaging is by far one of the best ways to go. Okay, doesn't mean you put in all your net worth. I would never advise that, nor would I ever say it. I'm saying that if you even put in $1 every day like this, all the way down, right? I read somewhere that if you put $1 all the way down in the even in the bear market or something, or I'm sorry, I think since the beginning of the year, right? So January 1st right here. So if you put $1 in every single day in the market, right now you would actually be double your amount of money. So you would have a 2x gain on your entire portfolio. Okay, so this is what it means to be able to sort of dollar cost average when things look bloody. Okay, so with that being said, this is a clear defined uptrend, and I don't see anything else in the way that's stopping this. All right, until, let me see, until this area right here, where this fifth wave sort of ends somewhere around 11,800 or 12,000. Okay, that's where I see this larger fifth wave ending. All right, I've also defined that over here. It's a little bit easier to see. Let me pull it back on the weekly chart. Okay, here's that weekly chart, and it makes it a little bit easier to see. This white box right here, this is really the next big resistance left until maybe 14,000 or so, and then 20,000 is really the next big resistance. I mean, and I don't even see anything significant if we start pulling up the volume profile, right? You could see right here, this has a decent amount of resistance right here. Over here is really the last remaining couple of blocks in terms of high interest for resistance right here. So if we're hitting this area already, 9,100, and we're coming up very close to this $9,600, $9,800 right here, once we sort of start breaching into this area, folks, like this, I don't see why we can't just keep on going straight up. Okay, this has happened. This has been a phenomena in the crypto bull markets before, especially in BTC. I think everyone is just too hopeful that prices will go down to 1,000 or 2,000, and then they will shoot back up. But if you didn't have the courage to buy down here, I guarantee you will not have the courage to come back, or to buy back when the prices come down here again. Okay, and I'd stated too that I was hoping that we would have a pullback back towards the 4,000 or 5,000s, or we might go lower. But folks, that's not how I traded. I'm not trading with the hope that I'm always going to get lower prices. I'm trading with what the charts are showing me. My visibility is all right here. Okay, everything that I do is posted up in my community every single day. Okay, my long terms are in here, my short terms are in here, my medium terms are in here. Everything that I trade is according to what the chart is doing, not what I hope that it will do. Because my hope and my my dream prices for BTC or how low they can go may not ever come true, and that's fine. You need to become a trader that understands how to trade with the way the market is showing you what it's doing, not how you wish it to be doing. Okay, all right. With the weekly chart, we also saw that we had this 21 EMA. Let me turn this on right here. Okay, this was a pretty significant moving average in EMA that was utilized all through this previous bear market right here in 2015. You can see once prices dropped, it found support right here, became resistance, broke through, found support again, but then broke through, resistance right there, finally broke through again, but prices brought back down, and then it finally broke on above, right? So support, all the way up, right there, over here, finally broke on through. So now my only caveat to what I stated earlier is that if prices do come down at some point, okay, I would expect that the price comes and finds this 21 EMA, maybe whether it's next month or a couple months from now or even a week from now. Okay, prices, I would hope, find some support right around here, which is the $6,500 area. Okay, that's where the EMA is currently at. Right? If it bottoms out further, this weekly consolidation right here might be the next stop, which is around mid 5,000s. Okay, those are the two stops that I can see, and then beyond that, I would say this resistance right here is really the next stop. All right, 4,300. So you can see that now you have a couple of levels. If you think that tomorrow or the next week or the next month prices are going to capitulate, those are the levels that you want to watch out for. The 21 EMA on the weekly, the consolidation on the weekly right there, the weekly resistance block right there around low 4,000s, or maybe the previous low of 2018, which was $3,100 or so. All right. I personally don't know if prices are going to fall that far because I don't see any structural issues in BTC, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, things look bullish and bullish every single day. Over here, this was a big, pullback on a bearish doji and then a follow-up bearish candle. It broke below the monthly and the weekly pivot. Things look very bearish, but bulls again stepped up to the plate, drove prices even higher. Now we're at a follow-up weekly, which is opening and looks like it's, at least for now, going to close above the previous weekly. Again, another positive sign. Right? So nothing about this chart, especially on the weekly, looks bad to me. Let's check out the monthly, right? Here's the monthly chart. This has been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months in a row where we've printed strong bullish candles, all right? The next big sort of higher high that we need to print over is this area right here, okay? These two bullish candles right here. These two candles right here. It's around $9,300. So if we close above this level on the monthly chart, then the only thing remaining in our way is this one right here, which is about 10.5 or 10.6. I would not be surprised if we push this remaining month of June all the way into 10,500 or 11,000. Okay, challenging both this lower high and this lower high in the monthly. Beyond that, I mean, then we're all set. I don't see anything until 14,000 right here. Okay, so again, on the weekly, the daily, the monthly, everything just looks really fantastic. So I have no reason to question this trend because I have not been given a reason, right? Questioning the trend foolishly, just because you want prices to go lower is just not going to happen. It's just unwise, okay? Even at the 4-hour chart, here's something great, okay? Here's that low that was put in, right? And now here's a higher low, all right? This is really just big consolidation right here that's happening right now, okay? Anywhere between the $9,400 range and this one right here. So we'll sort of just draw it like this, all right? We're just filling up the wicks right here. This is really what's happening. And guys, this, pull right here comes back from way down here. This bull flag, bull pennant right here. The size of this is from 7,600 all the way to 9,400, okay? That's about an $1,800 move. So $1,800 from here on up, say if we broke 9,400, is about $11,200 or so, right? So that kind of puts us in that marker that I showed you earlier, okay? In this vicinity right here. See? This box right here, that's exactly where it seems like prices are going. So everything, in my opinion, whether it's the 4-hour chart, the daily, the weekly, the monthly, it all looks fantastic, all right? So keep that in mind, folks. And again, in terms of the Elliott wave count, this is potentially the final and fifth wave that we may be in. And like I've said before, the fifth wave is typically the one, especially in commodities, that can be very explosive. Okay, so 11.7 might be the resistance that I see, but chances are it could go all the way to 13 or 14 if this is truly going to be a very expansive wave. All right. Again, not investment advice. Please don't trade based on what I'm saying. I'm just saying that this is how I am trading. And if you want to follow what I'm doing, I can I'm more than happy to make my thoughts public in my advantage community. All right, here are all my open positions right here. I talk about these every single day, guys. I provide trade setups for my community. Again, it's not investment advice. I can just say that, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm thinking of this chart right here, and this is what I want to do. So let me give you guys a free trade setup just so you can do your own due diligence and see what I'm thinking about. All right, so here is the, let's see, ZEC, I think it's Kraken. Where is it? There we go. There's that chart right there. Okay, so here's the Zcash chart. All right, this one looks fantastic because of the fact that it's been on a very nice upward trajectory. All right, I see prices just moving in a nice, 45-degree angle. I expect this move right here to pull back just a little bit near this gold box and then move on back up. So my buys are in this region right here, anywhere between 97 and 89. Okay, I'm willing to pay maybe as high as $100 for Zcash, and then ride that up to this gray box, which is this previous chop resistance right here. Okay, that's a gain of 36 to 57%. So if you're watching right now, again, though this is not investment advice, this is a fantastic looking chart, and I am going to be buying this in the stated region with the stated targets right there. All right, so free trade setup for you if you want to take that trade. And I've done plenty of these trades, guys. I've done a ton of this kind of trade setups in our advantage community. If you want to join, go to cryptosomniac.com, hit products right there, and you can join advantage today. All right, tons of information, a lot of people who have talked about our community. You can see in Gains reviews, I'm the greenest of green when it comes to trading. This person was hesitant to sign up for the advantage program, but he closed his final position just 2 weeks after joining. You can see right there, and it paid off his month. Over here, 10% profit on this 9K BTC upswing. Got into LTC around 105, sold at 118. Calls are unbelievably accurate. The one BTC call was a nice 12% gain, 17% profit. Again, these are people who are just doing what I'm doing. All right, I'm not telling them to buy or sell or anything, folks. So as you can see, I have been doing this for a while, and I have skin in the game when I put out trade setups. So if it's a losing position, you can bet that I'm losing too. It's not like half of crypto Twitter who just puts up charts and doesn't do anything with it. All right, I show my open positions. I sometimes even show my gains and losses right here, as you can see. Right, this is my July contract right here, around 18% up for options, 9,500 for July 26th. All right, this is my call option. I was up 18% then. I'm actually up 95% right now because this was last Friday. Last Friday, BTC was what price? Let's see. Today is Wednesday, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days ago, or 5, 6 days ago. It was over here, $87, $8,800. Now, price of BTC is at $9,100 or so. My options contract is doing much better. Even my options contract, I tell people what I'm buying or selling. So if you want to trade on Deribit, you can follow me. All right. Again, we have a very active community, right? In Trader Talk right here. This is where all the conversation happens. Even if you don't want to join the paid program, you can just join the free lounge. All right. The free lounge has a ton of information like this. I put up updates on why I do the things the way I do. Jordan, our other analyst, who is awesome, he loves shorting. He also provides a ton of analysis. I warn people, do not chase BAT. Okay, this is where whether you are a member or not, even if you join our community, I'll try to make sure that you do not make mistakes. Okay, I'll do my best. I can't promise I'll stop you from every mistake, but I will do my best to stop you from most of them. Okay? All right. Enough talk about our Cryptosomniac community. Okay, so back to the analysis here. Here's the 21 EMA and the 20 EMA or the 30 EMA on the daily. And this part was really interesting too. Over here, things look really scary because prices were actually challenging, breaking under the 21 EMA, but they were actually, hovering above the 30 EMA, and then prices just moved on up, all the way up, right? So we may see a bit of consolidation right here, and then another move back up to the upside. And then we may retest this 21 EMA on the daily again at some point, okay? Remember that do not, chase the prices when they're really high. Wait for the retrace, the pullback, and then you want to be able to buy the blood when everyone seems to be bearish, okay? That's at least what I do, all right? And in my community, you can again see that my positions are fairly small because prices have been run up a decent amount, okay? I stated that when prices pull back a little bit, I will buy in even more. All right. So where do we see prices pulling back? Here's something that I was seeing in the CME chart right here. Okay. Let's see. Here's the CME chart where I saw that there's this big 4-hour gap. It's actually visible on the daily as well. There's this gap right here between 8,400 and about 8,900. And more often than not, guys, gaps in the CME have almost always been filled, okay? Where is this chart? Can't seem to find it. Oh, there it is. There it is. Here's all the unfilled gaps right there, right? You can see that every single gap that you see in the CME chart over here, been filled right there. Over here, filled right there. Over here, filled with this big wick. This unfilled gap, filled right there. So now that we have this one right here, at some point, it's got to get filled. Whether prices consolidate and pull back now, or prices sort of move on up, and then they come back with a sharp wick, and then they keep on moving back up, okay? This has just been sort of tried and tested so many times in BTC that it's almost hard to ignore. I'm not saying that gaps in any market have to be filled, but it's hard to ignore that every single gap in this chart right here has more often than not been filled. Okay, even over here, this gap right here was filled right there. So it's really hard to sort of, just ignore something like that, right? When it's such a consistent trend. All right. Let me see something else. Okay. So I want to show you guys something else on this chart right here. Over here, okay, this one is a little bit easier. Over here, I want to show you a bit of a fractal that's sort of playing out, something that I noticed, okay? Oh, in this area right here, we had a bit of consolidation, right? And then we had a big sort of, big move up. Okay, but before that move up, actually, we had slight move up and then consolidation right here for a day or so. Okay, if you look on the 4-hour time frame, it might be a little bit more visible. See right here, had a bit of a consolidation, move on up, consolidation, and then straight up. Okay, I would say that this area right here is almost analogous to what we're seeing right now. Okay, so this gold box right here is analogous to this big consolidation that's happened. All right, so then we see a run up right here, consolidation, slight more run up, consolidation, and then we'll probably see another big run up into that 11,000, 11,700 area. Okay, just a fractal of something that I noticed because it's just been so visible that it's hard to ignore, right? This consolidation right here for maybe a good month or so was almost similar to this one right here. Then you had a slight bit run up and then another consolidation. So we're seeing the same thing right now. Consolidation sideways, slight run up, slight consolidation, move on up, big move on up, probably another big consolidation for a month, and then another big move on up, okay? Just something to keep in mind, guys, if you are, trading this market fairly actively. All right. here's something else that I find interesting. Okay, this is the BTC dominance chart right here, BTC.D. Okay, for those of you who are trying to look at it, here's the 3-day chart. All right, folks, and this is where things get really interesting. All right, Bitcoin dominance, for those of you who don't understand it, is basically the overall market cap that BTC itself holds versus the rest of the crypto market. Okay, more often than not, when we've seen the BTC dominance drop down like so, okay, this is really where the alt season sort of happens. Okay, when we've seen BTC in this region right here, this is where alts do not really move a whole lot in this sideways region, anywhere between this high of 52 to 60 to 65%. Okay, now what do you see? Well, I spot a slight movement up, a bull flag in here, and then potentially another rise up. If the Bitcoin dominance keeps on moving up into this area, which is again previous resistance, because Bitcoin has not sort of gone beyond this 66 or 70 marker over here since like maybe June 2017. So I don't know if it's going to happen again all the way up here anytime soon. But if it does, if it even reaches into this area right here, alts will more than likely lose more BTC value, and this is going to probably be their defining moment of capitulation. All right, so most alts that you're trading will probably just go to shit. Okay, in terms of Satoshi value, and maybe even worse, US dollar value. That is what it might take for this next big spark of a big bull run to just keep going parabolic like this for BTC and the other solid alts. If you look at my community, I rarely trade shitcoins. All right, most of them I almost always trade because they have a direct US dollar pairing. It's hard for BTC to capitulate other large market cap coins like these right here because they have a direct fiat on-ramp. At least in the US, all of these have a direct on-ramp through Kraken or Coinbase Pro or itBit or something to be able to buy. So you cannot capitulate these that easily because people will always buy something that's cheaper. Smart money also wants to diversify their risk and not just going all into BTC. So they'll probably buy into some of these, which have direct fiat on-ramps and they are established projects. Again, I'm not saying that these are any close to rivals of BTC. I'm just saying that if I was a fund, I would look at it as diversifying your risk and being able to hedge your bets into something like these right here. Okay, so with that being said, if BTC keeps climbing, most altcoins in the space will probably go even lower. I mean, lower than you've ever thought. Okay, so just something to keep in mind, guys. And if, again, BTC comes down here, say this doesn't go up, if it comes down here, or even lower, this is alt season right here for sure. Okay, this is where alts will dominate, all right? But up here, not so much. You've already seen what's happening to alts over the past few months as BTC hovers in this region right here. So be careful, guys, on what you trade, okay? Same thing with this right here, okay? Here's the, let's see, is it others or other? Oh, there it is. Here's the altcoin dominance, all right? This is everything else but BTC, okay? You can see right here that altcoins are sitting at critical levels because Bitcoin, as I showed you earlier, was somewhere up here in the 52 to 53% region, right? If alts break below the support, then you could be darn sure that they are not going to do well, going down. This is basically going to be their capitulation point. This is really their death right there, okay? And this is going to be happening to a lot of alts, all right? So again, be careful with how you trade, where you trade, and how much you trade with your money, okay? Let's see. I wanted to show you guys another chart that I'm trading. Let's see, EOS, I think it's over here. Daily chart. Okay, here's EOS, right? I have been very fascinated by EOS because it's been in a very nice, 45-degree angle move like this in this parallel channel, and it's just been moving consistently, folks. Like every time, it comes back down near the support, it just moves higher and higher. Okay, and EOS is one of those projects. I know everyone calls it, or people like to call it, the Ethereum killer. I don't know if it's going to kill Ethereum or not. What I do see is it has a really strong, nice potential in terms of, strong upward movement. And I'm going to ride this wave. And this is why I have actually a 12% position. This is wrong. I have a 12% position in EOS, and I'm going to ride this towards, this area right here around 882, and then probably towards the previous highs around $14 or $15. Okay. EOS is a very, technically sound project in my opinion for now. Unless something significantly changes, I plan on staying in EOS. Okay. Let's see. I think that about wraps it up, folks. I've done a lot of analysis for today. If you do like our community, please do give us a shout out. Please do, come join our Cryptosomniac program. Last but not least, what I was talking about earlier, where prices moved up, will consolidate and then keep on moving up higher. Again, even at the top of this bull flag, folks, where this larger trend line moves, that if we went up straight today, we would meet this price currently at 10,100. If we went up in the next couple of days, we might meet it somewhere around 10,700 or 10,800. Okay. So just something to keep in mind with this larger bull flag at play, just like this one was, right? And chances are, we could sort of go like this, move sideways, and then rip on through even higher, okay? So a lot of different things to keep in mind over here, all right? All right, folks, that's it, cryptosomniac.com. Pick up the technical analysis course or join the Cryptosomniac Advantage program. And I hope to see you guys soon in the community. Come say hi. I'm right up here, or our other awesome analyst, and let me know when you do come join. All right, take care, cheers, and let's hope for another big bull run from BTC all the way to 10 or 12K. Cheers, guys.